It started when Kwame's older brother, Kofi, died. Kofi and Kwame never got along. Kofi was always jealous of Kwame. Because Kwame did better in school, had more friends, but when Kofi died, Kwame felt a strange mix of relief and guilt. Because he was said to inherit their father's land. We buried him in our village, deep in the heart of Ghana. The elders warned us to perform all the rituals correctly. They said if we didn't, his spirit could become restless. My parents made sure everything was done right, but something still felt wrong. Kofi's eyes, when they closed his coffin, seemed to glare at me, even in death. The night that Kofi came back from the dead, Kwame knew he was cursed. It started when Kwame's older brother, Kofi, died. Kofi and Kwame never got along. Kofi was always jealous of Kwame. Kwame did better in school, he had more friends, and Kwame was said to inherit their father's land. When Kofi died, Kwame felt a strange mix of relief and guilt. Kofi was buried in his parents' village, deep in the heart of Ghana. The elders warned Kwame to perform all the rituals correctly. They said if he didn't, Kofi's spirit could become restless. Kwame's parents made sure everything was done right, but something still felt wrong. Kofi's eyes, when they closed his coffin, seemed to glare at me, even in death, said Kwame. One night, about a week after the funeral, Kwame woke up to a strange noise outside his hut. It was a whisper, soft but persistent. Kwame got up and peeped out the window. The moonlight cast long shadows, and for a moment, Kwame thought he saw Kofi standing near the edge of the trees. Kwame blinked, and he was gone. Kwame tried to convince himself it was a dream, but the next morning, things started to go wrong. Kwame's crops began to wither, even though the rainy season had just ended. Kwame's goats refused to eat and grew thin. At night, Kwame couldn't sleep. He felt eyes on him, watching from the dark corners of his room. The villagers noticed too. They whispered that Kofi's spirit was angry. Some suggested Kwame visit the village shaman. Desperate, he did so. The shaman told Kwame Kofi was envious of his life and wanted to take it from him. Shaman gave Kwame charms and told Kwame to stay inside at night, no matter what he heard. One night, Kwame heard the whispers again. This time, they were louder, more insistent. They called his name. Kwame. Kwame. Kwame's heart pounded, but he stayed in bed, clutching the charms. The whispers grew into wails, and then Kwame heard footsteps approaching his door. Suddenly, the door burst open, and there stood Kofi, his face twisted in anger and pain. His eyes burned with hatred. Kwame screamed, but no sound came out. Kofi reached for Kwame, and as his cold fingers touched his skin, Kwame felt a jolt of pure terror. In that moment, he knew the truth. Kofi's spirit had returned to take what he believed was rightfully his. Kwame's life. The shaman's charms did nothing. Kwame was alone, facing his brother's curse. Kwame don't remember how he escaped that night. Kwame ran through the village, screaming for help. The elders came and performed another ritual, stronger this time. They said Kofi's spirit was banished for now, but the curse would never truly be lifted. Every night, Kwame still hear the whispers. I know Kofi is out there, waiting. The envious brother's curse is real, and it's my burden to bear. I just hope, one day, I can find a way to make peace with him, before it's too late.